I never imagined a single evening could rewrite the entire map of my life. What began as a simple dinner, a quiet movie night with my stepson, slowly unraveled into something I never saw coming. There was a tension in the air that night, subtle at first, but heavy enough to make my heart restless. Somewhere inside me, that same unease was waiting. And I didn't recognize how close it already was. Because in one quiet, irreversible moment, I learned that some lines, once crossed, can never be erased. That summer felt endless. The house stood still, caught between sunlight and silence. My husband, George, was always away. Another business trip, another late-night call that sounded too casual to be questioned. Our marriage had become an arrangement. All structure and no soul. Days passed like clockwork. Nights felt heavier, longer. Loneliness became something I could touch. Then Liam arrived. George's son from his first marriage. 21, searching, polite, the kind of young man who carried his uncertainty like a second skin. He was supposed to stay for a few weeks. Figure out his next steps before college, before life began for him. At first, we were just two people sharing the same space. Small talk over coffee. Laughter over old movies, quiet mornings filled with nothing but the hum of the house. There was nothing dangerous about it. Until there was. One evening, George called to say he wouldn't be coming home. I remember sitting on the couch with a glass of wine, half listening to the soft hum of television. Liam came down in loose sweets, hair damp from the shower. His eyes softer but strangely alert, he sat across from me. The space between us suddenly too small, and said quietly, "You look lonely." I tried to laugh it off, said I was just tired. But the way he looked at me didn't fade. He had been watching, noticing the books I read, the perfume I wore, the way I stared too long at empty rooms. His attention began to feel heavier, sharper than he said it. The one thing that broke the fragile excellence between us. "I don't think George dares you." My chest tightened. I told him to stop, to not say another word, but the truth was, a part of me didn't want him to. That part had been asleep for years, starved for warmth, desperate to be seen. And that night, in the dim glow of the living room, we talked. Really talked about the things we'd both buried too deep. His need to belong. Mislove fading into invisibility. The conversation turned into confession, and confession became something more dangerous. When he reached for my hand, I didn't move. When he whispered my name, my resistance trembled. When his lips touched mine, the world went quiet. Morning came with its cruel light. Guilt seeped into every corner, heavier than night before. I told myself it was a mistake, something that could be forgotten. But Liam didn't let go. A touch on my arm as I passed him in the kitchen. Notes folded and slipped into my palm. His hunger mirrored my own, and that terrified me because for the first time in years, I felt alive. Not in that calm, steady way love is supposed to feel, but in the dangerous way that consumes you. I kept telling myself it wasn't love. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just two lonely people searching for something they'd lost in different ways. But once you open that door, it never truly closes. Every shared look, every word left unsaid, it all built toward a truth neither of us could face. And even though when I walk through this house and hear only silence, I can still feel the weight of that night pressing against my chest. The memory doesn't fade. It lingers alive, waiting. A secret that lives between two people who should have known better and didn't stop. Some moments rewrite you completely. And no matter how hard you try to move past them, they never let you go.